What is up, Block fam? Woo! 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 Holy sh**, he's recording.
Alright guys, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna throw some gloves on with some fresh...
Alright guys, it's gonna suck for him.
Fresh tattoos on the hands.
Leave all your comments.
Hey, guy, come over here, you guy. Tell us...
Put the in your hands.
Tell us what you did to this motorcycle.
Dummy.
Dummy? Shut up, man. Look at your hands.
I did that a long time ago.
Whenever you were still a dummy?
When I was dumb.
You're still a dummy.
Yeah. Always dumb.
Alright guys, so we got a 2013 Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide here. I wasn't planning on doing an episode on this motorcycle, but a lot of you guys saw it in the background of some videos, and y'all said, I hope you're doing a video. So, I'm gonna let Chris explain what he did to this Tri-Glide.
You're gonna explain.
So this is kind of like...
I just put a cam in it. I put a Fueling 543 set of cams in it anyway.
It's a Semper Fi. Semper Fi, not an Ultra.
Neighbor hater mufflers. Fueling 543 cams, fueling lifters, S&S adjustable push-ups.
We do not have a trike dyno, so it is a can mat on it. So this is actually a family friend's motorcycle. We do not traditionally work on trikes. We can, but we don't usually. Yeah, we don't have a lift, and Chris doesn't like working on the ground, you know, since we don't have a dyno.
Donate a trike lift.
Yeah, so
out of stage 2 and some exhaust.
if any of you guys out there want to donate a quality trike lift to the Blockhead garage, feel free and we will hook you up with a stage 2. For those of you that don't know, trike lifts are usually a little bit more expensive. So hey man, if you got one just laying around that you're not using, and like I said, you want to donate a trike lift to the Blockhead garage, we'll see what we can work out for you. I'm gonna go ahead and do a test ride video on this since you guys requested it so much. So it's, yeah, stage 2.
Have you ridden a trike?
I have. Yeah.
You've ridden a stock one?
Yeah, totally
so
stock.
You know they're slugs.
Yeah, well...
Like, you rip in it and you're just, you know there's a little power there, but it takes a minute to really get you moving.
Right, right.
That's what I call slug. It's like you're weighted down.
You're like, and then it starts to pull. So yeah, I've never ridden like a modified, especially like a stage 2 trike. I think I've ridden 1 or 2 trikes ever, actually. Chris did a pretty sick wheelie in our lot here with this one.
Stock.
Yeah, while it was stock. Which does require a good amount of experience in order to like basically go up and not scrape the back, because it is easy to scrape
I carried that for a minute without touching the
trough. Yeah, you held it pretty good.
It's throttle, it's all hand control.
But since it is family friends, like I said, we have been given permission to ride it, to make a video for you guys so you can see thoughts and feedback on a stage 2 trike. Current owner of it is a retired Marine, so you got Devil Dog on this side of the fender, Semper Fi on the other, and then combat veteran, U.S. Marine Corps here in the front. So thank you for your service, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for those of you that you know, decide to serve. We greatly appreciate it. That's why we got that whole wall of flags dedicated right in the middle of the shop, allowing us to do the things that we do. We really appreciate you. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a leg over this thing very awkwardly. That is one thing I do remember about getting on these bikes, is there's no real, like, I don't know, comfortable way, like normal way of just throwing like a leg over on a normal motorcycle. You got to kind of like do the kick. So one question that I did want to answer for people that you might be able to provide more insight on is, why would somebody want to buy a trike?
Maybe you only have one leg. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're afflicted. I had a couple customers in Alaska. Actually, I had 2 that had MS and wanted to continue riding.
Okay.
There are many reasons. Some people just flat out aren't confident. They want to ride and they can do this, but they can't, for whatever reason, balance. There's many reasons. I mean, the list can probably go on much further than that, but let's just say I know physical reasons. I have put together quite a few trikes for one-legged individuals, amputees, what have you. I have also, like I said, I've had a couple customers. It just so happened to be in Alaska, but both had MS, so that was a bit unique. And we did electric shift, so they could shift with their hands. Basically their legs were almost useless. So again, if the desire is strong enough, you're gonna ride. Right. Why not ride 3 wheels?
Yeah.
You know, if I'm gonna fall over on 2, f it, I'm gonna ride 3. That's my own opinion.
Yeah, I mean, because you're not gonna fall over. You take the balance out of the equation with the trike, and you still get the feeling of riding a motorcycle, just like you would with 2 wheels.
Nobody wants to put this out there, but there are multiple people that have been hit on a motorcycle, lost a leg, and weren't able to get a good fitted second, I don't even know what to call that, a prosthetic, a good
right.
fitted prosthetic. So they have to ride trikes.
Yeah.
You know, you've met a few of them, I
yeah.
know. So yeah, there are many, many, many reasons why
yeah.
people ride trikes.
There's definitely a lot of reasons out there. Like, it boils down to kind of like if you want the responsibility of having to maintain balance. And like Chris was saying, some people aren't comfortable with having to maintain the balance of like a normal two-wheeled motorcycle. I point to a freaking bobber. Like the polar opposite of a freaking trike.
There's a Road King right there.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, like if you want to take balance out of the equation, this is a great answer. So, you know, if you're not comfortable with having to throttle and brake and, you know, brake with your foot and then clutch and then shift with your foot as well, and balance is one of those things you're kind of having trouble with all this, a trike is a great answer. If there's any physical impairment, disability, you know, neurological, anything like that, this is a great answer as well.
What's most important about all that? It keeps their knees in the breeze.
Yep. Exactly.
That's it.
You get the same exact feeling on this thing of riding a normal two-wheeled motorcycle. Doesn't matter that it has three. So
no reason you should be limited in life.
No, agree. All right, let's throw a leg over this thing and go get knees in the breeze. That wasn't so bad. Sounds good. Feels good. All right. So if I'm treating this like a normal test ride, I would go over all the controls here. So we got quite a few controls. No trigger switch. Meep meep. Horn works. Left indicator, right indicator. Press both for hazards. Hazards work. High beam. Oh, spot. Yep. All right. Good.
Ready for pre-flight.
All right, ready for takeoff. Proceeding. Boop, boop. All right, stage 2 twin. I don't think I've ever ridden a stage 2 twin cam. All right, let's get out to the main road. All right, guys, so we're out here on the main road, cooking along at about 60 miles an hour, and man, this thing it's a couch. It's so comfortable, it's ridiculous. Windscreen on this thing, plenty tall, so I'm not feeling any wind. I'm sure you guys can hear pretty much on the microphone that there is zero wind on my helmet. It's going over my helmet by a good couple inches. So yeah, just looking at the cockpit of this thing, going over this thing real quick. If you guys are, you know, potentially interested in getting a, you know, a twin cam Tri-Glide or, you know, a trike from Harley-Davidson, one of those things you gotta learn to do with riding this thing versus riding a regular motorcycle is a couple big differences. One, you gotta stay in the middle of the lane because you got to remember you got two big car tires sticking out from behind you. All right, so don't ride on the side so that you're sticking over into somebody else's lane. Don't ride in position 1 or position 3, as we say. You got to ride in the middle because this thing has got a wide rear end. Pretty cool. We got a law-abiding biker phone holder on here. Ryan, I don't know if you guys know or follow his channel. I actually met him on an event with Harley-Davidson in Sturgis. Awesome guy, tons of great info, great resource if you guys want to go check him out after this video. Law-abiding biker, good dude. Yeah, just going over controls, horn, high beam, low beam, left indicator. You've got your audio. You've got reverse on the left side as well, which I think that lights up. Whoo, on the turns, man. You got to slow way down. Now, you're not actually leaning the motorcycle, you are turning it here, right? So with a normal bike on two wheels, like we said, balance factors in. Since on this, balance does not factor in, you just have to turn that front wheel to the direction that you want to go, right? So you're basically taking like counter steer and balance out of the equation. But whenever you do turn at speed, the bike, like the weight basically shifts and you kind of have to like lean with it still so that the weight doesn't like shift enough to flip you up. So like Chris was saying, it's more of a lurch whenever you get going. The bike with the stage 2, plenty responsive. It's kind of interesting. I haven't ridden a twin cam in a bit since my 110 Dyna Lowrider S, and I can it makes me remember the amount of heat that twin cams end up putting on your leg. Man, the Milwaukee 8s, there's such a big difference with those bikes and the oil-cooled heads, how much that actually drops the temperature and you like don't feel it on your leg as much anymore. An example, talking about heat in comparison, I've got a Harley-Davidson 131 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 stage 4. With that Milwaukee 8, even though it is a 131 larger displacement, I don't get, like my leg doesn't get nearly as hot, or I don't feel near as much heat as I did with like a 110 cubic inch twin cam. Kind of interesting, and it's, I mean, definitely like one of those marks of progression with the motor company and building engines, you know. I will say one thing that I'm feeling a lot while riding this bike is you can definitely feel the road a lot more, which really makes sense because you've got more points of contact on the road. But yeah, like I definitely feel like more of the bumps and stuff, because like as you're, you know, going over stuff, it's like the left and the right wheel on the back independent of one another, and you kind of feel like this. It's almost like a wander. Bit more shake, obviously, in the twin cam. What was the last thing I was talking about was reverse here, right? So if you want to go in reverse, you basically turn that on, boop, you have reverse. Because I mean, backing one of these things up could be quite a chore, you know, like there's some good amount of weight behind these bikes. For them to have reverse on it is awesome. Now, the reverse, it's an electric just motor, right? And you turn it on and you only use it in short increments because it's basically just drawing on the power of the motorcycle. Continuing on the cockpit, you do have speakers in the fairing, the Batwing fairing, right, like the Street Glide. You've got fuel level, miles per hour, then like your odometer within that. On the right, you've got your tach, and right side, you've got, what is it the air for? Is it, oh, it must be like ambient air temp. That's cool. Probably like going into the intake. Right side, you've got oil. You've got a whole unit here to be able to listen to the radio. And this is crazy, like to be able to look back at this and like, this is how it was before they had like the touch screens and all that stuff. Voltmeter on the right, got this awesome cup holder, and then on, off, start, right indicator, says res and set. I'm assuming that's like cruise control, resume and set, and then mode select, up, down. A lot of stuff I don't know about these motorcycles, but you got a couple little storage compartments here for stuff, sunglasses, knickknacks and whatnot. It also does have the lower pieces here with some more storage. There's like a microfiber in that one. Highway pegs as well. This thing is set up to crush some miles, man. It's a comfortable machine. You guys notice, like one of the things also whenever I'm coming to a stop, with trikes, you don't have to put your feet down. Going around. But yeah, with trikes, I mean, obviously, like, you're not going to tip over, right? You don't need a kickstand or anything like that, and so you don't have to put your feet down whenever you come to a stop, which is so weird. Like, the amount of muscle memory that, like, you kind of have from, like, normal motorcycles, and, like, then you throw a leg over and you're riding a trike, it's kind of like, there's a lot of stuff that I don't have to do, a lot of new things that I do have to do. Anyways, yeah, I'm actually running to Best Buy because grabbing a GoPro is what I do as a moto vlogger, as I use GoPros. Curbside pickup. You know what? I'm actually going inside, but I'm gonna park here anyways because, you know, I'm still picking up. So, all right, let's get off this thing. So, I'm using passenger footboard down, knee in the seat down. Oh yeah, forgot to talk about the storage on this beast. Look at this. You got, well, you got a bunch of storage back there, but then you also got storage here, which I've put my hat in here. So, hat. Look at all that storage. You could fit at least a 36 pack in there. All right, we're back. All right, guys, we are back. Items have been picked up. Let's throw it back into storage. Boop, boop. Put that there. Check it out. Got the GoPro Hero 10. Little free thing that came with it as well. For those of you that don't know, I'm currently recording on a GoPro Hero 10. How does this thing open up? There we go. Damn, look at all that space. It's got a California car duster in here. Man, I should have used that thing earlier. Heck yeah. Whoosh. Sitting up top. Pretty comfy backseat. Yeah, GoPro Hero 10 is awesome. The Hero 9, kind of finicky, but the Hero 10 is solid. I've never really had any issues with it. Let's use this reverse feature that we were talking about. So we gotta turn it on, right? And then we press the button, right? Yep. Check that out. And it turns off whenever you put it back into first. How fancy is that? Watch out, Grandma. Woo! Trikes are fun, man. Definitely got to factor in that it weighs more, does take a little bit more in terms of braking, so stop sooner. Yeah, man, I totally get it. I think, I wouldn't say we'll all end up on a trike, but I think, you know, once it gets to that point, like if I'm potentially not able to handle like a normal motorcycle, you know, two wheels for some reason, I mean, it's awesome that the option is there to have a trike, and you still get that feeling of like Chris said, your knees in the breeze, and you still get that feeling of adrenaline and fun, and like you get on the throttle and you're like, whee! Let's take this thing on the highway and see what it feels like. You can get on the interstate, see how it does at like 70. Yeah, I'm gonna change of plans here. I don't know if you guys can see the interstate over there, but it looks pretty congested. So we're just gonna take some back roads and do a little comment more about handling. I know it's gonna handle, oh my God. I know it's gonna handle great on the interstate. Look at that, see? It's just parking lot over there. I don't wanna take somebody else's motorcycle. See what kind of turning radius we can get on this thing. All right, so we're gonna turn at this manhole cover. Damn. It's a tight turning radius. Alright, let's get on a little bit. Woo! Plenty of get up and go. Sounds good too. I think it was the, what did he call them? The neighbor hater exhaust? Man, it's one of the biggest things that I'm noticing about this is like how much more time it takes to like slow this thing down. Getting up and going in traffic though is plenty capable. All right, you guys do me a favor, post up down in the comments section below letting me know what your thoughts are on trikes. I think a lot of people definitely like kind of talk down about them, but dude, like you have no idea, you know, what a person's going through. If they're just, like you said, wanting to feel their knees in the breeze, you know, they've got something maybe like where they're just not comfortable with balancing a two-wheeled machine or whatever it is. Judge not lest ye be judged. Dude, you gotta slow so much further down for a turn on this thing. You can feel that weight shifting over, like it just wants to be like bloop. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, but test ride videos, I usually try to offer criticism. The biggest criticism, obviously, like probably the weight, I think, in my opinion. It takes a good bit amount to slow her down. Would I buy it? That's always a question I like to answer in my test ride videos as well, which I think we're trying to treating this one like a test ride video, but then like, you know, maybe reasons to buy a trike or something like that. But would I buy it now? No, I personally don't have the need for it. Would I buy it in the future? You know what? I'm glad this is an option just in case, you know, I ever do need to buy something like this in the future. So respect for all you trike riders out there. Keep your knees in the breeze, keep doing what you're doing, throttle on. Like I said, you guys do me a favor, drop a comment down in the comment section below letting us know y'all's thoughts. If you have any questions on this, be sure to drop them down below as well. I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. And like I said, hey, if any of you guys want to donate like a quality trike lift to the Blockhead garage, it'll keep Chris off the ground if we decide to continue working on trikes, you know, doing any performance upgrades to them, wheels, tires, all that good stuff. It kind of sucks to work on a bike on the ground, as I'm sure many of you know. We've all been there. Anyways, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video though. If you did, do me a favor, be sure to hit that like button. Lets YouTube know that we're doing a good job. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon also so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Big thanks once again. Ooh, I thought that was me for a second. I was like, what is that noise? That damn Mustang. Yeah, big thanks to the family friend for the opportunity to ride this. Check it out. All right, ride safe, stay vigilant. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.